Hi, my name is Andi. I'm a chaotic reader and I have three distinct hobbies: buying books, reading books, and thinking about which book I want to read next. And those are all very different things in my mind. And I'm not sure if anybody else does it the same way, but I try to pace my reading when it comes to books that I have high expectations for. Like, I'm not gonna read one after the other. I want to read some maybe lukewarm, maybe less interesting books in between, just so I can appreciate the heavy hitters afterwards. Does that make sense? Anyway, today I'm here to tell you about 5 such books that I have been saving for times when I want to pick up a book that I know it will be a 5-star read. My first read from Alex E. Harrow was The Sixth Death of the Saint, which was only 30 pages or so, but I still remember elements of it to this day, and I read it like 2-3 years ago. Afterwards, I picked up The 10,000 Doors of January and more recently Starling House, and rated them all solid, enjoyable 4 stars. So the fact that The Everlasting made this list is partially due to the author, partially that I believe the story has some elements from The Sixth Death of the Saint's plot, which automatically raises my expectations. But how it will earn the 5 stars is through the romance build-up, where we have some kind of time-traveling tale between a scholar and a legendary lady knight. Are you kidding me? I am so ready to see all the fascination, all the heart-wrenching moments, all the yearning, all the internal battles and fighting for love that the story promises. Not to mention that the cover is absolutely gorgeous. And I also saw that some pages have illustrations. And they also have these like decorated initials, for example, that remind me of Chronicles. So The Everlasting is definitely at the top of my 5-star prediction list. So if the previous book is on the list because I trust the author, this one is on the list because the author is new to me, but I've only heard amazing things about it. It's also a new release which came out just last year, I believe, from C.G. Drews, who is the author of Don't Let the Forest In. Hazelthorn has caught my attention because it is set to combine elements of botanical horror, some kind of murder mystery, and turning it all into horror romance or horror romance, which is not a genre I read a lot, and that makes it even more exciting. I mean, the cover already sets the mood for a haunting tale. We follow Evander here, who inherits a strange mansion from his guardian, along with its unsettling, overgrown garden. He believes his guardian has been murdered, and now it's on him and the grandson to unravel the mystery, and it seems like the garden will play an active role in it. The last part of the blurb describes it so chillingly. I read it to you. As dark secrets unravel, moss bleeds through the walls, vines coil around the furniture, and poisonous mushrooms flourish beneath the floorboards, Evander must discover what he's really inherited before it demands to be fed once more. That sounds so exciting. So a dark gothic read with obsession and a murder mystery. It has a high potential for me to rate it 5 stars. The next one might come as a surprise even if you watch my videos regularly, because it's been a while since I picked up anything Chinese mythology inspired. And the ones I have read before, like Six Crimson Cranes, Daughter of the Moon Goddess, Spin the Dawn, they were all enjoyable, but they were just missing some elements that would have made them a 5-star read. This one though, The Immortal, seems like it could be the first one to enter the highest tier. I actually watch a lot of Chinese fantasy dramas with cultivators and deities and love stories, so if this book can give me the same rush of endorphins like those dramas, it's a winner. Based on the blurb, we are following Lian, who forms an alliance with the ruthless god of war, of course ruthless, to protect her people, but darker forces are closing in around them. Immediately what comes to my mind is strong main characters, forbidden attraction, maybe betrayal if it follows the genre, maybe dipping into the questions around humanity and divinity, which is also one of my favorite elements. If this book manages to take me on an adventure like a drama, it will be one of my 5-star books of 2026. I'm just realizing it as I pick up these books that all of them have been so far 2025 releases. That was not my intention when I put together this list, but it seems like what I'm most excited about are all recent releases. A Theory of Dreaming came out last July, I believe, and to be honest, I'm quite surprised that it didn't get the same recognition as the first part of the series, which is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. I read that book in 2023 and rated it 4.5 stars. Maybe it would be higher if I read it now, because I feel like I went into that book with a bit of the wrong expectation. It ended up being much more eerie and folklore heavy than I initially thought, but now looking back, those are the aspects that I appreciated the most. A Theory of Dreaming is the sequel, where we continue to follow Effie and Preston in the aftermath, which holds new challenges for them both. Effie has to deal with the intense scrutiny of being the first woman in the literature college, and Preston begins to have strange dreams of a palace under the sea. In terms of the relationship development, I have high hopes that Ava Reed can pull off a move like Rebecca Ross, where the sequel doesn't let their chemistry go flat. If anything, it elevates it through new challenges and how they can find strength in each other. Water as a strong element seems to stay with us in this one too, as depicted on the cover. I was able to get the special edition in Austria, and it's one of my favorites. I love the painted edges and also the gilded hardback cover. The last book is one that probably very few people care about, but I am one of those very few people. It's titled Under a Pannonian Sky, and it's a collection of poems from female poets from Hungary, translated to English. I'm familiar with some of them, not all of them, and this will be my first time reading them in English. Just the fact that it will feature themes and topics that are familiar to me from my own culture makes it very dear to my heart. I don't read poems the same way I read novels, like just sitting down and flying through the pages. Rather, I open it when I feel like I'm up for reading a poem and just taking my time to sit with it a little. So I'm not sure when and how I will finish the whole collection, but I have high expectations for how meaningful these poems will be for me personally. Alright, so these are my top 5-star predictions. Let me know which ones are yours in the comments down below. Don't forget to give a video a like if you enjoyed me rambling about these books. Make sure to subscribe to catch any future videos from me. See you in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye!